Yo, what's up everyone? Back today. Got a little Q&A video. Told you guys to ask me a question on Instagram, and so anything goes. I'm gonna answer all your guys' questions right now. First question, Jesse Pepin, how many people work for you? My dog's just going insane right now. Pickles. It's kind of a hard question. A lot of people work for me, but also indirectly. We have people on payroll for different companies such as Prism Lens Effects, Tropicolor, but then for a lot of the production stuff, in the film studios, everyone's like an independent contractor. So when bookings or jobs come up, we just have them do the job, pay them for the job. So those people aren't on payroll, but it's a good number of people. Have you ever had the feeling of losing your passion? A little bit. I think I'm there right now as far as like directing goes. I've lost it a little bit this year. I've been very selective on the projects that I've taken on or take on, just because I have so many other things going on, and I just as much enjoy building and creating businesses and starting things as I do filmmaking. I enjoy both, and so this past 2 years I've really found a passion in building and creating businesses just as much as filmmaking. Hey dude, why is shipping to Germany an additional $120 for the VND filter? Anything international when it comes to shipping is very expensive, because you're talking about the shipping cost. We don't set the shipping cost, the shipping carrier does. So first off, shipping anything international is very expensive, but then once you're over a certain price point, you have to pay duty and import fees and costs, and so all of that is baked into that shipping cost. Your duty, import fees, costs on top of the shipping costs, but that is directly made by the shipping company, DHL or FedEx or UPS, whoever's shipping it. We don't set that cost. I wish it could be cheaper. I want it to be cheaper. We need to find a distributor overseas in these different countries, but it's just not that easy as like snapping a finger and like, oh, now we have distributors. Like, it takes a lot of work to get that done. That's the next thing that I want for our business, for Prism Lens Effects, is to get an overseas distributor. Tips for a fresh film school graduate: get on as many sets as possible, meet as many people as possible. The industry is all about who you know. If you know the right people, you'll steady get work, you'll get opportunities and jobs. So just get on set, meet people, network. That's the best thing you could possibly do. This one just says, bro. Favorite vintage lens? Probably some Lomo round front anamorphics, some vintage Lomos. Shot a baseball show with them a few years back, and just like stunning. When did you start investing into warehouses to shoot in? After the first house I bought in LA, and turned that into a film studio, and realized what we had created, that was kind of the catalyst for all the different film studios. And yeah, my first house in LA was the catalyst for all the film studios we have to this day. Wasn't a planned thing, just kind of happened. But I think that speaks to when things happen, you need to realize and like see the potential around you, and not just like glance over it and be like, wow, there's really something here. What if we did it like this and then this and got another spot over here? And so taking advantage of when you see something that's working. Would love to hear more about your home buying process. I've made several videos talking about buying, selling homes, real estate, Airbnb, all that stuff. It's on the YouTube channel. Just search, like home buying buff nerds. I'm sure those videos will pop up. How do you find time to manage all your projects? Love from Brazil. Just every day, kind of have a task list of, one thing to do for each business. I feel like as long as I can kind of hit one thing for each business each day, that's all I really need to do. So just, being diverse in my time in that way, but also bringing on team members to help. Like, without the proper team members and people and help or place it to help, it just wouldn't be possible to run all the different businesses. So you got to have the right people in place. Will you be producing a movie in the future, and are you the main actor? I will not be the main actor in a movie that I produce, but hopefully. I mean, there's been some things that like almost happened, then kind of happened, and then not happened, and then talking about maybe making or funding our own feature and doing, I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm just so busy right now with growing several, new companies and different things that eventually, but just not this minute. Do you have any tips on drawing focus for beginners? Really analyze what it is you want to do and focus on that. You know what I mean? If it's you really want to shoot commercials, hone in on that, focus on that. Make your own commercials, reach out to brands, companies for commercials. Like, don't get sidetracked by like other things and be, distracted with ultimately something that you don't want to do. Focus on what you want to do. Are you worried of becoming Jakob the CEO instead of Jakob Owens the director? No, you could do both. I can be a CEO and a director. I direct projects that I want to direct. It allows me to really focus on those projects when I want to do them. It had been a while since I directed a video, and then Kyle hit me up for the Tyga Kyle Money Now video. I was like, hell yeah. I was able to zero in on that video, crush it, then boom, back to the businesses. So I really enjoy bouncing back and forth. It allows me to stay fresh and stay creative in that way and keep, keep me from burning out, because it's like when you do the same thing over and over and over, it could get kind of not fun, for lack of a better word. Any new products coming? Yes, we just filed the patent paperwork for a new product for Prism Lens Effects. It's something that hasn't ever existed. It's going to change the game. Super stoked on that. Also working on this other new product for when you're shooting outside and the sun is just like too blaring and you can't see your screen, even with a hoodman. So excited for that. Someone asked, why coffee? If you don't know, I started a coffee brand company, and the reason for that is, one, absolutely love coffee. I drink it every single day, as well as my business partner. But I wanted to create a company that gave back to the arts community. And so this coffee brand, with every purchase, made by people around the world, is going to go towards, a youth arts program or initiative. So it's a good way to like build and create something that I like, love, and drink and use every day, but also use it as a vehicle to give back. Favorite thing about the Komodo? Bro, everything. It's my favorite camera and maybe ever. It's so small, so good. The image quality, just everything about it is just phenomenal. Biggest challenge or challenges you've faced in your career, personal or business related? Relinquishing control. I feel like I have a lot of control issues. I want to be very involved in everything that I do, because I feel like that's also what makes it successful. And so finding the right people, putting them in place to relinquish a little bit of control and kind of let other people help. How did you think up the idea to start the Prism Lens brand? I'll talk about that in a new video where I'm going to talk about building like $1 million product, or building or creating $1 million product or company. So I'll talk about that in another video. But it's as simple as like, it was a problem we faced or solved, or not solved, a problem we faced on set, and we looked for a solution and there wasn't one, so we created it. What has been the main thing you've struggled with, and what advice would you give? I think coming up, the biggest thing I struggled with was comparing myself to others. I think everyone does it, especially when you're coming up. But I feel like I'm at the point now where I've set my place in stone. Like, I'm comfortable with, what I've done and what I've become and what I continue to do. But coming up, you're just trying to figure yourself out. You're trying to figure out your style, what you want to be or do, and establish yourself. And I think that was something I struggled with early on in my career, was just like looking at other people and being like, oh, how do I do that? Or how do I become like them? And so like now, on social media, like I don't follow anybody but my like family members and like very close friends, because I just don't want to I don't even care. I don't even want to care or watch what other people are doing or are up to. Like, it's just want to focus on me and not worry about others. You know what I mean? And so I think everyone should, do that a little bit more. Cool. I didn't get through all the questions, but those were some of the better ones. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the Q&A. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Jakob Owens, and appreciate you guys for watching.